I've used a lot of Thunderbolt docks over the past few years, and I've never really had any huge complaints. To me, if they do the job of connecting my MacBook to a monitor and give me the benefits of additional ports, they are a good product. There's only a few things that would put me off using one. So when Anker reached out to me saying they had a new Thunderbolt 5 dock that they wanted me to take a look at, I thought, why not? They're not a company I've ever really associated with Thunderbolt accessories, so it would be interesting to see their take on one. This is it, the Anker Prime Docking Station, a 14-in-1 Thunderbolt 5 dock for your Mac, PC, laptop or tablet. And it's got a few neat surprises that I've not seen on any other docks that I've personally used. Firstly, we have to appreciate the size of this dock. When I first saw images of this dock, I had envisioned it to be a lot larger, more on the size of a Mac Studio. But when it arrived, I was pleasantly surprised. It's not much bigger than the new Mac Mini, which means it takes up barely any space on your desk. Now you may be aware of Anker as the company known for making charging accessories for phones, tablets, laptops, and even recently stretching into battery and solar storage for homes. So you can expect this to have some pretty good power output. And it does. It offers a total of 140 watt output, which will charge a 16-inch MacBook Pro, as well as enough juice left over to charge an iPad Pro and an iPhone at the same time. With this background in charging technology comes some neat improvements over every Thunderbolt dock I've personally ever used, and that is the built-in power supply. Unlike other docks, this one doesn't need one of those big power bricks. It plugs straight into the outlet, and I love this. It means I have one less thing I have to cable manage or stick to the bottom of my desk. When it comes to actual connectivity, it's got a few options to choose from. Firstly, I'm happy to report that the host port is located on the back of the dock. This is a #1 must-have feature for me to consider using a Thunderbolt dock. It gives you the best possible way of cable managing, and it looks better. There are 2 additional Thunderbolt 5 ports which can daisy chain further devices, whether that's hard drives, servers, displays, audio interfaces, or a whole host of wonderful things. But if you do not want to use your Thunderbolt port for displays, you do have the choice of either a HDMI 2.1 or DisplayPort 2.1 connection. Unfortunately, you can't use both at the same time to drive multiple displays, but if you do need to connect to multiple displays, you can use the Thunderbolt ports alongside either one of these. That being said, the dock does support up to 2 8K displays on Windows and 2 6K displays on Mac, which, I'll be honest, I do not know who needs 2 8K displays, let alone one, but I'm sure there is a use case out there for it. So if you're looking for that, this can support it. Outside display and Thunderbolt connectivity, you will have all the things you'd come to expect from a modern high-end Thunderbolt dock. A combo audio jack, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, 10 gigabit USB-C and USB-A ports, with 45 watt charging from those USB-C ports on the front, UHS 2 SD card reader, a TF card reader, which is always nice to see, and a new one for me, this button here. This button here controls ambient lighting that reacts to what you are doing, and if you hold it down for 2 seconds, you can turn off the dock, which I think is a nice addition as all docks do consume power when plugged in, even when you're not using them. So bonus points for being energy conscious. Now, I have an M1 Max MacBook Pro, meaning I'm still using Thunderbolt 4, so I don't get all the benefits of Thunderbolt 5. But if you do have a Thunderbolt 5 enabled machine like an M4 Pro or Max, MacBook Mini or MacBook Pro, you're in luck, as this opens up double the bandwidth, and in some cases, the dock can achieve up to 120 gigabits per second data transfer. What's that like in a real world scenario? Well, how about the ability to transfer a 150 gigabyte file in under 30 seconds? Pretty amazing, right? But in case you didn't know, the receiving hard drive or server needs to be fast enough to accommodate these speeds, so your mileage will vary. One other feature I was asked to highlight was the fact that it has built-in cooling. Thunderbolt docks get very warm, and there hasn't been a single dock I've tried over the years that hasn't produced some amount of heat. They're never so hot that you would burn yourself, but would I leave one on bare skin for a long time? Probably not. So it's nice to see that Anker have thought about this and included a cooling solution, which I'm happy to say is silent. There's really not much else to say about this product. It packs a lot of great features into a small package. The built-in power supply is a very big selling point in my opinion over a lot of the competition, but there is one thing I really wish was different, and that was the location of these card slots. As the way I have my desk set up, I can't access these, so I really wish they were located on the front. Outside of that, I've got no complaints. Check it out.